What is going on, everyone? Tenha here, and today in this video we're going to be showcasing level 80 maxed out
Seele.
E0 S1. We're going to talk about her build, we're going to talk about her techniques or combos, and everything you need to know about her. My name is Tenha, and I make videos about Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. And let's get down to it right away. Alright, so level 80 Seele. We have 3240 attack, and we have no speed. We will talk about that a little bit later. 86.7 over 145.5. We are using the Quantum Sphere, no ER rate, and for the Light Cone, we are using In the Night, which is her best in slot. S1, by the way. And you can also use the other F2P Light Cone called the Cruising in the Stellar Sea. You can get this as free to play from Herta shop. If you get it to S5, you will be getting 32% crit rates if you attack somebody with HP less than or equal to 50%. And then when you defeat an enemy, your attack is going to be increased by 40% for 2 turns, which is perfect for Seele. Her traces. I did not unlock this so that I can show you something important. And right now we have everything at level 888 and level 5 for the auto attack. But I did this on purpose so that I can set like a little standard for future character showcases, because level 10 would be too expensive, and if everything is maxed out, I won't be able to afford that, right? So I think this is a good stopping point. From unlocking all these nodes, you'll be getting 24% critical damage and 24% attack. Seele has this ability, takes less aggro when her HP is below 50%. And we have this passive where if she's buffed, then she's gonna get the quantum res penetration increased by 20%, which is really nice. And this one, Seele's next action will be advanced forward by 20%, which is really good. And a lot of the people had been telling me that, oh my god, I should have pulled for Seele, not Jingyuan. But that is because Seele has an F2P version Light Cone available, but Jingyuan doesn't. And 2, Seele has this unique passive where she gets an extra turn after she gets a kill, but then it doesn't consume turns. So she gets to keep all those buffs. For example, Bronya's E, Tingyun's buffs, you all keep that. And with that passive, Seele can get up to 4 turns all by herself after she gets a kill. Do this, get a kill, another one, and then use ultimate, kill them, and then if there's another monster, then you can do another hit, right? And then if with the help of Bronya, she gets another turn. I hope this clarifies your question, because a lot of the people had been asking me, is it true that Seele can get infinite turns? No, she cannot. And then let's talk about our Eidolons. Her E1, when dealing damage to an enemy whose HP percentage is 80% or lower, crit rate increases by 15%, which is perfect for me because I have about 86% crit rate, so that's a good consolation. However, is it really worth $200? Very questionable. E2, the speed boost effect of Seele's skill can stack up to 2 times. It's only gonna be worth it because I don't have my Tingyun's Eidolons. Because Tingyun's Eidolons allows you to have more speed buff for Seele, right? Which even allows you to get the full benefit from your limited Light Cone in the night. Here's E3, skill level +2 and talent level +2. Talent level gives you extra damage when you get the extra turn. And in skill level, you get extra damage for your skills, obviously. No brainer, right? And E4, Seele regenerates 15 energy when she defeats an enemy. And this is only good if you can kill them, right? For now, it's really good. E5 gives you ultimate +2 and basic attack +1, which is pretty good. And E6, this looks absolutely broken. It says that after you use your ultimate for 1 turn, they will take additional quantum damage equal to 15% of Seele's ultimate damage every time they are attacked. So any character can trigger that. If the target enemy is defeated by the butterfly flurry damage triggered by other allies' attacks, Seele's talent will not be triggered. Okay, it makes sure that she doesn't get an extra turn because of that. When Seele's knocked down, which means when she's killed, this debuff is going to be removed. Overall, it doesn't look as broken as Genshin Impact Constellations. So that's a good thing. Obviously, if you can make use of everything, then your DPS would go up eventually. However, right now I have my Seele at E0 and S1, and I think the damage is just too much for me. We're gonna move on to Relics. Obviously, it is so much better for you to have full quantum set. If you haven't started farming for Relics yet, because you're so patient and you're ready to farm at level 60, you can either go for 2-piece quantum, 2-piece attack, or just mix and match. The stats that you want to focus on is going to be attack, critical rate, critical damage. That is why I have crit rate, critical damage here. Here's that. Attack, unlucky. We want to focus on critical rate body and critical damage. I have none of that, so that's why I have this. It is what it is. I just gotta use whatever they give me. And for the feat, I am using attack percentage. People might be asking, hey, why not speed? Good question. because you want to utilize your passive, right? Later on, you're going to be facing a lot of monsters that are just tanky. And if you by any chance have to go against a boss, then it's going to be really hard for you to get the extra turn, right? But luckily, a lot of the bosses have a pattern where they summon their younglings, right? Or folders, should I say. And you need to make sure that you can kill them and get an extra turn so that you can burst down the enemy. So I recommend attack over speed, no matter what kind of characters you have, whether if you have Bronya or not. It would be better if you have Bronya in the team. If not, you still want to go for attack. That is my thoughts. Some people might have different opinions, but I still believe that this is the best thing to do. And for the sphere, you want to use the inert Salsoto. At the moment, there's no character that can buff your crit rate. This one gives you 8% crit rate, and then if your crit rate reaches 50% or higher, then your ultimate and follow-up attack damage increases by 15%. And Seele does massive amount of damage with her ultimate, right? And if she can get a kill, she can get another turn. So, that is why Inner Sasoto is much better than using the Space Sealing Station. Attacks can be buffed, they're easily found, but crit buffers, we don't have it yet. That's why we want to use this. But there's gonna be Yukong coming out. They said that Yukong is gonna be buffing your crit rate, critical damage. However, that's still rare. We have Tingyun, we have Asta for attack buff, but there's only one character that is coming out. And then I'm using attack rope. I got super lucky, so I've got critical damage. So that's why I have the final stats like this. And my crit damage is going to be higher if I unlock those traces. And let's go ahead and take a look at this passive specifically. After using basic attack, Seele's next action will be advanced forward by 20%. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to see if action forward by 20% is from the time board, which is going to be the number 20, or let's say she's at 80, right? She's supposed to be 80, but then action forward by 20%, so that's going to be like 80 times 0.2, that's going to be 16, so 80 minus 16, that's going to be 64, which is not 20 points, but rather from the number that she has. Let's activate this. So we can say that it is from the number, not from the timeline. So this proves that the trace right here benefits her better if she's built with attack, not with speed boots. If you're using speed boots, you're going to be keep on getting the lower number, right? You're benefiting less from this bonus ability. Let's go ahead and unlock all these because I want that extra crit damage. I have my final Seele right here, 86.7, 156.2. Because my light cone is not S5, I can go for that, but I don't want to because it's no longer going to be relatable numbers anymore, right? My selling point in this video is that you can get to my level as long as you can get all these relics, right? Okay, I have seen people doing the showcase in Simulator Universe, which doesn't really make any sense because those people who had been playing Simulator Universe can talk about how strong it is. I'm going to just give you the feeling of my Seele in Echo of War because it is quite challenging, right? I can tell you that it is very challenging. And my recommended team for Seele is always going to be Bronya, Seele, Tingyun, and Bailu. Bailu can be replaced with other healers like Natasha and in the future maybe perhaps Lucha. And Tingyun can be replaced by Asta, but you really want to have Bronya. Yeah, it sucks, but Bronya has the best synergy with Seele. And then obviously in this game you can choose one character eventually if you reach the pity in standard banner. So let's go ahead and see how it goes. I need to beat this thing anyways. Buff Seele. Buff Seele again. So as you can see, this team takes so much skill points, right? That is why you want to use Tingyun over other characters. Because Tingyun only uses one skill point per 3 turns of Seele, obviously. Give buff. Use ultimate. And then Seele is going to use E and then ultimate. Using all those buffs. Did that not crit? Buff Seele. Use single target and use ultimate right away. So we keep those buffs. Alright, phase 2. It's looking good so far, right? Oh no. Stop. Stop. Did you see that crit damage? Tingyun buffs Seele and then she does like 3.7k. That's really nice. I think we should be good. Uh-oh. Wow. The thrill. I like this. Okay, guys. We got this. We buff her to the max. Put everything into her. And then my ultimate, she's dead. Crit! Okay, alright. So that is the usual damage I do with my Seele, along with all those buffs, obviously. My Tenha is almost fully built. I still need to find the ER rope for her, but it's really hard. So a little bit of a tip here is that if you get that material for you to choose the main stats when you craft them, you need to go for the rope because it is so important. Alright, so that is it for my Seele showcase video. If there's any question that you have about Seele, let me know in the comment section. And I am so glad that this video turned out to be better than I thought. We had a lot of people in the chat helping me out with the ideas and stuff. If you want to come join them, make sure you check me out at twitch.tv/Tenha. And I always shitpost on twitter.com/TenhaTV. Thank you so much for all your support. And I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.